Hi, my name is Kurt from Codecrafters. This video is from my Roblox Masterclass course, which you can find more about in the description below. Okay, so in today's lesson, we're going to have a look at another function called the wait function. Now, this is quite an easy function. It's commonly used, just like the print and warn functions we learned earlier on. So add a script into your game. This time, however, we're going to add it into server script service. So go over to server script service in the Explorer, click the plus, and add in a script. Okay. The reason why we're adding it in server script service is because sometimes you can put a script into there instead of putting it in the workspace. Okay. Different scripts go in different places. But for your standard scripts, they can go in the workspace if they're controlling a certain part, but usually if they're not controlling a part, you put them into server script service. But whichever way you put them in, it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to delete the print hello world bit. Okay, so the wait function basically allows you to pause the script for a selected amount of time. So you could choose how long you want the script to pause for. And this is really useful because last lessons, when we were looking at changing properties, if you did it yourself and you tried it out, it changes them instantly. Before you can even get into the game, it's already changed those properties. And sometimes it's nice to be able to see it changing in real time. So let's reference the part. So because we're in server script service, we can't use script.parent. Well, we could, but you have to say script.parent.parent to get to the game. It would be easier just to write game dot instead. So game.workspace.part. Okay, let's start off by this part here. Let's change the color of it. Okay, let's say let's use dot color is equal to color3 dot new, and let's change it to, let's say, this color here. Okay. After that, so I want that to do it instantly. Okay. Then I would like a bit of time to load into the game and look at the part before it changes more properties. Okay. So I'm going to write a wait function to do it. It goes on a separate line underneath. Okay. And the key word for this function, the name of the function, is simply just wait. Okay. And just like how with the print and warn functions, it's a function, so it contains a pair of brackets or parentheses after it. Okay. So inside here, you literally just write a number of how many seconds you wanted to wait. So if you want to wait 1, you would just write like that, and that would pause the script there for a second, and then it carries on. Okay. So let's say after let's say 4 seconds, I want to change something else. I want to change the material. So let's say game.workspace.part.material is equal to enum.material dot, and let's pick a neon, for example. Okay. So let's try this one out. So if we run the game, it should instantly change like a teal kind of color. There we go. And in a few seconds, it should turn neon. There we go. Perfect. So it's quite cool, I think, to see the code you're actually writing change things in real time. And that's what the wait function allows you to do. Also, if you want to wait a specific amount of time for things, when you get into more complex scripts, like leaderboards, for example, that might update once every 30 seconds. You'd want to put a wait of 30 in there, for example. Okay, so the wait function is very useful, but it's also very easy. It's just the wait and then brackets and the number you want in there as well. Okay. One thing you might notice that I've done here is that I've left spaces in between, and I haven't just written it like this here. Okay. It's the same kind of thing like the brackets. It's the same thing like with the spaces, with after the colons and after the equal signs. It's not incorrect. It's just easier to read this way. And coding, when you're writing code, you don't just write it all in one big block. You do leave spaces. Okay, and it kind of works like paragraphs when you're writing stuff. Okay. You typically use a new paragraph when you're talking about a new thing or a different time or something like that. Okay, so because time has passed, we've got a different time now. It's good just to leave a space just to make that obvious. Okay, obviously for my code here, which is 5 lines long, it's not going to make too much of a difference. But when your code is much longer, it's just good practice to get into, because when you're making more difficult code, it's make it much easier to read and understand. Okay, but both you and other people, if you ever want help on your script and it's very difficult to read, it's going to be more difficult for other people to help you on it, for example. Okay, which is why I would recommend writing those. I'd recommend me leaving spaces before and after the wait. Okay, and that's it. That's all you need to know about the wait function. So it's a simple function that allows you to see changes done in real time, which is quite cool. Okay, so have a try out of that. And next lesson, we're going to have a look at what variables are.